So it turns out that vanadium is a chemical element, symbol V, atomic number 23, hard silvery gray, malleable transition metal, rarely found in nature, but can be artificially isolated. That's what vanadium. Now, why this is important and what makes vanadium so special is that vanadium can actually exist with 1 to 5 ions. So what happens is the humans, not we like me, we have the ability to create these things called vanadium flow batteries. And so you have a membrane in the middle, and you have a vanadium with ions, 4 to 5 ions over here, 2 to 3 ions over here. And as the vanadium flows from the lower to the higher energy levels, and it goes through the membrane, it generates electricity. And this is a vanadium flow battery. Now, here's why I'm going to talk about that. Because even though vanadium flow batteries are less efficient than nickel metal hydride and lithium ion, they can charge and discharge multiple times each day for decades on end with absolutely, and I won't say absolutely zero, I was about to say absolutely no wear and tear, because that membrane will eventually need to be replaced. However, their ability to charge and discharge without disruption reliably for decades on end makes them perfect for municipal storage. And there's multi-generations, and they just get better and better, both in energy density and operating temperatures, that would make them better in, they can go down to 10 degrees centigrade now and up to 90 degrees centigrade, no, not 90 degrees centigrade, or maybe it was. It's pretty damn high. But they're coming up with better mixtures because the vanadium has to be in a fluid, and they're using actually sulfuric acid now. But they're looking at putting it in other fluids that'll bring the temperature down so it can operate in better, colder temperatures. But vanadium flow batteries are the newest. I don't want to say, I shouldn't say newest, but they're the hot topic right now. They've only come into their own and being proven reliable in the 1980s. And so they've gone through extensive testing, and we're starting to see installations of vanadium flow instead of batteries for storage and discharge of stored electricity. And it's pretty cool. I mean, if we're going to be capturing wind, if we're going to be capturing solar, if we're going to be capturing hydro, we know that the wind doesn't always blow, the sun doesn't always shine, and so we're gonna store that energy somewhere. And as you know, in some cases, lithium ion might be good. In other cases, it could be vanadium. And without getting into all of the chemistry and everything, this is just one more exciting way that we can get off of coal-fired power plants and store green energy and make it available whenever we need it. Yeah, and it is estimated that every 10 to 20 years a membrane might need to be replaced. But otherwise, because there's no anode to be affected, as there is with batteries, the degradation on vanadium flow batteries are very low. So they're reliable. So, pros and cons here, right? Like I said, they're not as energy dense as batteries, but they can run for decades and decades without detectable degradation.
They're easier to expand too, assuming that the amount of generation and use of that electricity in your instant is constant, or at least covered. You can just add bigger tanks and
Right,
you have more
exactly.
storage.
Yeah, and that's another really cool thing is, you're exactly right. You add bigger tanks and you just increase your storage.
So yeah, you're not going to see vanadium flow batteries in a car.
Oh,
You're
no,
not going
no,
to see them in
it's
your lawnmower.
heavy liquid.
These are large things that are statically in. These are large tanks of dangerous oxides of vanadium and sulfuric acid. They're made for power plants, grid distribution, that kind of thing. Which they're very, very good. But there's certainly you're not going to see vanadium flow in the next generation iPhone. Although it would be
Yeah,
kind of interesting if they did. Like this
yeah,
attached to like a 10-gallon tank of sulfuric acid.
Oh, and I should mention something that is called the levelized cost of energy. Vanadium flow battery system, typically to the order of a few tens of cents
yeah.
per kilowatt, which is ridiculously low.
Yeah, my introduction to it was this guy in Australia. They were interviewing him, and he's got like a corner of his garage just got the tanks and the pumps, and he was going through an upgrade cycle from the old stuff to the new stuff. Like as you said, they've gone through a couple generations already, and he doesn't have any lithium ion, he doesn't have any aircraft batteries, doesn't have any lead acid, but his solar system has been just running these pumps this whole time, and he didn't have to deal with the rise of the Australian energy market like so many other people had to deal with, and he just kept on trucking. It was just time for an
Yeah.
upgrade, so he did.